What is happening, Cowboy Nation? Man, I'm excited, baby. We're in full swing. We have full padded practices. We have contracts almost there. We have all the haters saying how much we suck. They're just hoping that I got a hair on here or what? Dang cats. But, man, yeah, so I wanted to talk today about what you guys thought about what was going on. Maybe you guys don't know anything that's going on. But remember we were talking about how Tyler Guyton had not started with the first team on those non-padded practices. Well, now this guy is kicking some butt, and he is first team, and he's stuffing the competition. You can check it out on YouTube. I think it's like Law Nation. You know, they have some clips that show Guyton there ready to go. That first snap of padded practices. And then here you have Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence coming at you. And at the very beginning, it was Martin. We had D-Law coming at him. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to kick his ass. I'm going to get up here and boom! He got stuffed by Tyler Guyton. It was funny, dude. He thought, I'm going to run over this guy. And he just got stuffed. He just got that powerful punch, man, like a grizzly bear. And you could tell he was like, Try not to give him too much credit, as a vet. And he's like, okay. And then here comes Micah Parsons, thinking he's real fast, which he is. And he tries to go around the side and bend and get around him. And, dude, I tell you, this guy just kind of shuffled over and just pushed him out of the way. So Dak just had to, step up a little bit and throw. Next play, here comes Micah, thinking he can bull rush him and spin off of him. And he just stuffed him. Dude, so he's making some big strides. It looks like we did not screw up with our number one pick like last year. It looks like Guyton is the real deal. So that was exciting to see. The dude's like 6'7.5", 6'8", 330 pounds, 335. The dude is massive, and usually guys like that big cannot move that fast. So when you're 6'7" and you got a speedster trying to come against you, you have a hard time getting over there. But this guy is so light on his feet. It's like he used to be a basketball player or something. Like he could just shuffle over. And dude, he is kicking some butt and he's turning some heads. So I think he's got Dak's blind side covered pretty well. Then in the center position, it's still Hoffman, which is fine. He has more experience, pretty strong guy. People like him on the team, and let the best guy win. You hope that BB can overcome, and by the time the season starts or after a few games, he takes over. But if not, and Hoffman is really better, stronger, let him stay. Then we have a quality guard center backup. And then when Zach Martin wants to retire, could be next year, BB just steps right in, man, and we have another great lineman that's his number one position. So, and I think it's really going to help having a better, stronger, bigger line, because that's going to help with the run game. Because last year we couldn't run. They were okay with pass protection, but when it came to running, lead blocking, moving guys out of the way, they couldn't do it. Biotis was too weak. So, man, it's looking good. Who else? The defense is looking sharp. They're looking pumped. They look like they're not having to think as much as what they had to do last year, like with Dan Quinn. They're keeping it simple. They're sticking to their assignments and executing. Linebackers are looking great. Cornerbacks are looking great. Safeties are looking great. It's just that D tackle. You got You got the smaller tackles like Odigizua, Chauncey Golston. But what happens when they need a break? You look in the middle where the big guys are, and you're supposed to have Carl Davis. Justin Rogers is the one they just drafted, and then they have Mozzie Smith. Listening to Broadus and Kavanaugh today, they were saying, man, he can't pick up the hand placement. They practice the drills where they got to keep the hands here, come up and go like that. Go up. And what does Mozzie Smith do every time? He brings his hands on the outside instead of keeping it so he can keep that guy in control, getting that offensive lineman, the guard, and center, and holding them and manipulating them. And instead, he's bringing his hands out wide. It's like he's not picking it up. They say the next guys come up, Carl Davis, Justin Rogers. And what do? Right in the middle, like they're supposed to, grabbing that chest, moving the guy out of the way. And then here comes Mozzie, hands on the outside. So I don't know, man. Let's hope he can pick it up. Because if not, he's going to be benched and they're going to go get somebody else. And that'll be a major bust as their first round pick from last year out of Michigan. What else? What else was cooking? Trey Lance looks like he's still Trey Lance, but he looks like he's getting a little more confident. They showed a couple of plays where he would, he went up to the line, read the defense, changed the play at the line, and threw for a big gain, like 20, 30 yards down the middle. So let's hope, man. You'd hate to see this guy be a bust, We gave up a lot for him. We're paying a lot for this dude. He was a first-round pick, and with that comes a high salary. So just because he got traded from somebody and he's not a starter doesn't mean we're not paying. I think we're paying like $22 million or $23 million this year. We picked up that option on him. So we're hoping it's going to pan out. I don't think it's for Dak, like, he's going to take Dak's job, because he's nowhere near as good as Dak. Right now he's fighting Cooper Rush for that backup position. But, hey, if he can show out and he goes in preseason, the Cowboys are going to showcase him and be like, you're getting all the snaps. You're going to be on national TV. And if they can get some takers, you never know. Maybe they can get, a third round and a fourth round, some type of trade to make it worth their while, Next year, they're going to be set in draft picks. I think they said next year they're going to have like 11 or 12 picks because of all the compensatory picks that they got from losing people, So, man, they're looking good. The hype is there, dude. The third receivers are stepping up. Trying to think if there's anything. The line's looking good. Quarterback's looking good. The running back room, they say, is still kind of They're saying that Zeke looks slow. I don't know if he's just conserving his energy. They're saying Rico Dowdle's the one that has the most zip and speed right now. So, I don't know, man. I just hope our line is so freaking awesome that anybody could be carrying the ball. That's my hope. I hope that our passing game is so great that they're only going to rush 4, because they got to have so many people back covering these receivers and tight ends that they can get somewhere on the line, because there's not as many people up on the line. Tight ends are looking good, so it's just, man, let's hope we don't get another injury. They're on the phones already calling around looking for defensive ends, tackles right now. The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, they said, nailing everything. I think he missed 1 out of 8, which is better than what he did last year in training camp. I remember in training camp last year, it was like, we got crappy kickers. They were like 2 of 6. And we're like, and we're getting this dude? But they saw something, and so it seems like he's doing good, man. He got his confidence. Hit 7 of 8, I believe. So, Devontae Turpin is looking great. He said, I was listening to him in an interview, Oh, I forgot. Maybe you can't hear me. I was listening to him on an interview for Turpin, and he was saying that I'm a receiver. You know, I just became known as a kickoff returner in the other football league, but I'm a receiver. So he's been getting some reps. So you never know. He could be that third, fourth receiver too. And then with the new rules on the kickoffs, dude, I know he's going to be busting it. You know we're going to be getting at least to the 40-yard line most of the times. Trying to think what else. Special teams looks good. Trayvon Diggs, I heard today, is coming off the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list, so he's gradually getting back. He'll be good to go. They got these young secondary guys stepping up. Dude, I think it's going to be really good. So again, today is the second day of padded practice, so I'm kind of curious to see what happened. I haven't seen too much. It's been mostly from the first day. But yeah, man, I'm going to start looking at the other teams. You know, I don't know much about the Giants of what they really done. Who else? Washington. They just stole a couple of our backup guys. Not really worried. Philly. I mean, they re-signed some guys. They lost their center and got somebody else in there that's decent. They had lost their starting running back and brought in Barkley from the Giants, but what else did they do? Maybe somebody can let me know. Not a Philly fan, but I need to start looking at the competition. So I think we're going to do pretty good this year. We got these guys like Dan, who said it, Mark Holmes. Dan, our loser, or I don't know what he said, but he was like, man, he was over there naming the NFC best quarterbacks, and just to get the attention, he leaves out Dak Prescott. I mean, he's even naming quarterbacks that you're Kirk Cousins, and it's like, come on, dude. The disrespect, you know? 3 seasons of 12-5, and he's trying to make it look like those teams are going to be better than us. Their quarterbacks are better than us. Heck no, dude. They're going to be in for a rude awakening. Last year we had a good defense, but there was too many holes. Too many shuffling people around, putting them where they weren't supposed to be. But this year, it's going to be pretty sound. That defense is going to be more disciplined, less penalties, the right players, the right type of players that are supposed to be where they're supposed to be at. You know, and then on the offense, this is going to be the second year of McCarthy calling plays. You don't think he's going to open it up a little bit? I can't wait for CD to get back. CD is going to kick some butt this year. I think Cooks is going to step up this year. Ferguson is going to kick some butt. Let's just see how this third receiver, Turpin, or is it Jalen Brooks or Tolbert? So, but they're all looking good. So let's hope it continues through. But yeah, I think it's funny about how they really think that the Eagles are going to do so great. They're like, yeah, they're just going to be so whatever. I don't know. Hey, I'm getting used to my little buttons here, but I want to give a shout out to my subscribers, followers, or from some of my family, Jordan, friends like Matt, Ephraim, Saul. People from Facebook that are starting to jump on there. I'm trying to get some exposure. Help me, please subscribe. Help get me to, I'm almost at 50. I know that sounds like a little number, but man, I'm at almost 50 subscribers. So if you could help me out, like, subscribe, share, and even if you're not a Cowboy fan, let's talk. You know, I love to talk football. I'm a big fan of football. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon once we see how this next padded practice went. All right, thanks for listening. Dem boys all day. D-bad, baby. All right, bye. Where's the button?